Hey, what's going on here? If you're a business owner, you're going to want to watch this one here. I'm going to show you what I've been doing for the last couple of years as a business owner. I've got money in my account, retained earnings, different stuff like that that sits in my account all year, making like nothing. So I've been able to take that money, borrow it at 0% interest, zero taxes having to be paid, invest it in the market, and make money. I've got two strategies I want to show you on how to do this. Now, if you're not a business owner, you can still do these strategies, but we'd have to find a way to get the money, and there's a good chance you'd have to borrow with a little bit of interest, but that's okay. I'm going to walk you through how to do that as well. But if you are a business owner, watch this. Let's show you how to grow that account bigger and better than what the banks are giving you right now. Let's dive in. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Here it's the Done by Lunch investor, Mike Croft here, and I want to show you a strategy that I've been using for years where I get to borrow money tax free, or sorry, I should say loan free, then grow my money tax free, and then put it back here. And I never pay a dime in interest. Now, if you're a business owner, there's something you have access to. If you're not a business owner, that's okay. We can still do it, but you will end up paying a little bit of interest using this strategy. So here's what I do. As a business owner, I've got payroll. I've got taxes I've got to collect and pay out every year to the government, and then I've got retained earnings. And my retained earnings, can be used for an emergency, can be used for building. For if we're starting another part of the business, or if we want to test out a new part of the market, well, we have got some capital to do that with. But right now, I'm just sitting on capital, just kind of waiting. I've got nothing coming with it, nothing I need to use it for. And so for the last couple of years, I've been doing this strategy. And here's the strategy: as a business owner, you can borrow money from your business, and as long as you have it back by year end, it's a tax-free loan. That's right. It's a tax-free loan. So I pay 0%. So depending on what your business have, your business has 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K. I know some businesses where they've got like 250, 300K. Well, you can pull that out tax-free and loan-free. So it's a 0% loan. What I do is I take it, I put it into the market. And I don't know what the market's going to give. I got two strategies. One strategy is I invested in the market, and whatever the market gives me, great. Some years is 20%. Last year was 80% on that money. So we took 100K out, made $80,000, put that into our tax-free account. So we had a double tax advantage to us. One, the money we pulled out of the business wasn't taxed. We put it into a tax-free investing account, so like a Roth IRA, or if you're in Canada, a tax-free savings account. We invested that and grew that money up roughly about 80%. At the end of the year, pulled the original amount out of the market, put that back in the business, and we paid zero interest on it, zero taxes on it. The money we made stayed in the tax-free investing account and is continuing to grow. And then we did that again this year. And there's something you can do that will allow you to build some good wealth over time. Okay, so there's two strategies that I do here. So number one, I'll just walk you through here. Here's a picture of the stock market going all the way back to 2020. Nice rise up, a big pullback into 2021, 2022. We all know what that is. And then a nice little run in the market here. Then we've had this little pullback happen recently. So this year hasn't been amazing yet, but I do think we're going to get there. In fact, this stock specifically, or not a stock, but this ETF specifically that I'm investing in, since April, has averaged, watch this, since the bottom of April, we're up 91%. Now, I didn't get in right at the bottom. I actually got in somewhere about here. So we're up about 10 to 18%. So not a huge move, but not bad. Think about it. If you pull $100,000 out, you're up $18,000. It's not even halfway through the year yet. Now, what's going to happen for the rest of the year? We don't know. We're waiting to find out. But in the past years, like 2024, this was an amazing strategy. In fact, in 2024, let me just go market here. We started 2024 right about there, and we ended 2024 at about here, 116% return. So you doubled your money tax free, interest free. Come on, who doesn't want to do that? Right? So that's the first strategy that I'll do here is I'll go and put the market. So sometimes I've got like tax withholdings, right? I got to collect taxes and they send in a separate account for the year and I'll pull that out, put it into the market. And, we've doubled it multiple times. And then I'll pull the taxes out and I'll pay the taxes that I got to pay. But thank you. Those taxes they doubled for me and I put them in the market and they doubled, which was awesome. Now, do they always double? No. Sometimes I make 5%, sometimes I make 10%, sometimes I make 20, 25%. Every year is different. I don't know what the year is going to give me, but this strategy has helped really get my investing journey kicked off, right? Being able to take this money out of the business, loan free, interest free, and grow it and build wealth. The next strategy that I've been doing, this has been really cool. Okay. So check this out. Let me just pull up my calculator here. So this next strategy is what I've been doing to build passive income. Okay, for myself, for my business here. And I'm going to pull up my calculator here and check this out. So we were able to pull out about $100,000. Okay, we have about six figures just sitting there. No capital projects right now. So we pulled out about $100,000. Let me go and get that again. Okay, and we had to open up a margin account to do this. Now, you don't have to borrow money to do this. However, the margin account gave us a 3 to 4x. So depending on what you invest in, you get 3 to 4x. So let's just 4x. So we put in 100K. The margin account gave us 300K. And what I've been doing is I've been selling puts. And what's great about that is I don't have to put this money into the stock market. It's me entering into a contract basically saying, hey, if a stock price hits a certain dollar amount, I'll buy it off of you. Right. And to enter that contract, I get paid a contract premium. So what I do is I get an idea of where the stock market's going to move. I do this weekly, get an idea of where the stock market's going to move. I take the $400,000, divide that by the price. This last one I did a couple of days ago. I divide that by the price I would pay if I was to actually purchase the stock, meaning I'd buy 8,000 shares. Because I'm doing option contracts, I got to divide that by 100. And then I times so I'd actually buy 80 option contracts, and I times that by the dollar value per contract. So in this case, this past week, because the markets were turning over and we saw that coming, I went super, super, super conservative. I picked a number. I was like the market would have to break down to hit this number, and it was paying me about 12 bucks per contract. So I made it $960. Now you might be like, Mike, that's not a lot of money. Yeah, you're right. It's a very conservative investing strategy. Now, if we times that by 52, some weeks you're going to do better, some weeks you're going to go a little bit more conservative. But let's just say we were to average, that 960. So I've had some weeks where I've done like 4,000, other weeks where I've done 1,900. It just depends. And other weeks like this where we're at 900. It just depends on what's going on in the market and where the market's direction is going. Because you can play this all sides of the market, right? Up, down, sideways, right? You don't have to have one direction to make money. So what's really cool is this would make you about $49,000 a year. So check this out. You took from the business $100,000, interest-free, loan-free, put it into the market, you made $49,000. You essentially almost made 50%, and your money never actually went into the market. It just sat in a holding account. Now, I know I just said that you put it into the market. What you did is you put it into a holding account. You put it into a money market account where it sat there, and it was collateral for the contracts you were getting into. So I made $49,000 passive. Okay. Put the money back into my business. That's $49,000 in my account now that I can use for some active investing strategies, for some options if I decide to do that, or whatever I want to do. But money that was going to sit in my account and earn me like 2%, 3%, like earn me nothing, I was now able to use to earn me $49,000. Okay, and this can work. This works great for business owners that have money in the business just sitting there, not really doing anything. Just again, retained earnings, or maybe you got a capital project you're funding, but the capital project's 12 to 24 months out, right? You can pull this out, put the money back into the business by the end of the year, and you can use this money. You can use this money to make decent money in the market. Sometimes we've doubled, sometimes we made 20, 30, 40, 50%, like in this example, and that's what we did. Now, if you're not a business owner, The other way you can do this potentially that would make it lower interest would be borrowing, taking a loan on the house, like a line of credit and stuff like that, would be the way to do that. Now you are going to pay higher interest, but again, on $100,000 borrowed on the house, let's just say you were going to pay, I don't know, 6%. I'm paying five. Let's call it six. That'd be $6,000 a year. You'd have to pay in interest. Obviously, at a 6% interest rate, $6,000 a year. Well, you just made 49. So, 49,000 minus $6,000. Let's call it maybe a couple $1,000s for principal. That would still be roughly $40,000 to $43,000 in your pocket this year. All right. So even though you're paying interest, you're still making some good coin. And the best part about this strategy is you're not investing. You're actually not putting the money into the marketplace. You're keeping it in cash on the side, and you're getting paid through these contracts you're entering into. These are agreements to buy the stock at a certain price. And if the stock doesn't hit that price, you get paid the contract premium, but you don't have to buy the stock. And that's what we're doing all the way down. All right. So, hey, this is a great passive way to make some money on the side, a great passive way that you can take, again, that money out of the business, interest free. All right. And put it into the market and be able to grab a little bit of dough while you're waiting. Now, if you're looking to learn these strategies, this is what we do in the Impact Mastermind. Hop on a call with us. Let's take a look at where you're at, what you're investing in right now, or where you're looking to get started here. And if the Impact Mastermind is a great fit for you and it's what you want to do in terms of passive income and investing and beating the market here, we can always talk about that as well. If you like this video, you're going to love my next video that shows you how to turn $1,000 into $1 million in 10 years. You can watch that